Good morning, class, boys and girls. Today, what we're gonna learn today is we're gonna learn mathematics, additional and subtractions. So I'm gonna have this objective by the end of this lesson. Student will able to demonstrate understanding additional and subtraction. So, boys and girls, the activity for today is I want you guys to bring a piece of paper, a whiteboard, or a sharp paper. So I want on your table, get a pencil, a pen, and an eraser. If you don't have a pen or a pencil, please raise your hand. If you guys need a sharpening your pencil, please raise your hand. While I'm doing this, I'm going to pass each and one of you with the Rainbow Fish book on the worksheet. So who can tell me what's the difference between additional and subtraction? Please raise your hand. Who can tell me additional first? Who can tell me what is subtraction? So the student will be able to answer the question if they remember how to memorize the additional and the subtraction. So for this activity for today, boys and girls, who can tell me what is covered? It's basically going to be a math. Let's find out. Let's say, for example, scales. I'll give you a warm-up activity. So who can tell me if a fish has 10 scales and take away 5, how many scales are remaining? Raise your hand. I do it. So I'm gonna read a few books from the PDF. So I have them on the student to reading books. Give you one of my scale. What are you thinking of? Cried Rainbow Fish. Get away from me. Sharp, the little blue fish swam away. Still excited, he told me his friend about it. From then, nobody wanted to any more do with the rainbow fish. So, who can tell me what they learned from these activities? Have anyone raised your hand? Have you used a vocabulary words from math related to math? Raise your hand, and then gonna answer one. For questions. So we're gonna do another warm activity, boys and girls. So if a rainbow has 7 scales and give away 3 scales, how many are left? Raise your hand. And also I give another question. Uh, who can tell me what's 5? And then who can tell me if there's 5 fish scales and then there's 3 left? How many are there? So they're gonna work together. So I want you to work together, or you can work by yourself. For these vocabulary words, so who can tell me so look on the board. So some of you gonna have some familiar words. Some of y'all gonna have unfamiliar words. So there is some vocabulary words that you need to know. So I want you guys to write on the piece of paper, write this vocabulary words down. Fish Fishbowl raid. Who can tell me what's fishbowl raid? Who can tell me what's rainbow fish? We talk about in the story from the book. Scales, we already talk about it on the questions. Beautiful isn't on the story. Sharing, so everybody knows what is sharing is. Friends. So you have a table next to your partner, so those are called friend or pair. Happiness, kindness, and beauty. We're gonna work together. So what we're gonna work together is we're gonna have a constant clues from engaging from the story. So we're gonna read together. So I want you to point your finger on the story. So turn on to page 7. So we're gonna read it on the book. In a cave behind the coral reef lives the wise octopus. Perhaps he can help you, says the starfish. I want boys and girls to point at the story in the worksheet. Then suddenly he saw 2 growing eyes. You do it. So I want you to pair up with a partners. If you don't have a partner, please, please, boys and girls, please raise your hand so I can pick you a partner, or you can work group of 3. Something about that. Okay, so I'm gonna pass out a work. I'm gonna pass out a sheet. So as soon as I pass everybody down, please look at the in front of the question. It says additional and subtraction. So majority of you already know what subtraction and addition is. So I want you with your partner to work together, and then please raise if you have any question or any concern, please raise your hand so you can work on your partner. So remember, additional is 2 plus. So plus is additional, boys and girls, 7. And then you have a 7 minus 3. Remember, it's subtraction. Remember, it's subtraction when you take away something. And additional is when you add something. When everybody when all the students with their partner, with their peers are gonna have this activity. So when you guys finish, please please raise your hand so I can give you with this worksheet so you can work on the mathematics of the rainbow fish, that what we read from the story. So so let me read the instruction carefully. So you see here on the bottom say 1 through 8. So I want you guys to color number 1. So let's say for example, if it's 4 plus 1, and then you get a 5, you color orange. Remember, it's additional. If it's subtraction, 3 minus 1 equals 2, you color green. Does anyone understand what we're doing in this activity? Capiche? At the end of the lesson. So I'm gonna have the student by the time when they finish this story, by the time they finish the second activity from that assignment, I'm gonna have them to prepare for coloring the colors, so that's their very experienced colorings in kindergarten. So as soon as everybody's finished, I'm gonna pass out a another worksheet, but you can color your own colors. So color the fish and then color in your own colors. And I'm giving it a start to close out the this is for example formative assessment. So I have them stars at the end. So I'm gonna have the student prepare for the feedback. So okay, at the end of this lesson, raise your hand who give it a 5 out of 5. Raise your hand who can give it 4 out of 3, a 4 out of 5. Raise your hand who can give it 3 out of 5. Raise your hand who give it 2 out of 5. Raise your hand if you give it 1 out of 5. So for your homework is practice additional and subtraction in math, so we can prepare on taking the test on Friday, boys and girls. What did you learn about teaching and learning throughout the Michael teach experience? Well, basically the same thing as I did the same thing as I did the assignment like 2 weeks ago, but it was very honors, and I think it's very helpful to use my teaching voice and have my opportunity to teach in the classroom to encourage the students, and then learning their experience, their subject area matters. So I think specifically, I think this is give me a lot of specific assessments. So let's say for example, I use stars. So this is for example a formative assessment. So I need to practice a lot of things for using more specific assessment and giving more specific goals and objectives to the students. What will take away and use for future teacher? Well, I'm very getting better at teaching boys, so I'm getting better at working my grammar, I'm getting a lot of better with the teaching environment. So I want to have the student prepare for their academic growth and have them succeed in the school. So I have them all the students with the performance assessment, and then et cetera, what I'm gonna do in the school years as a future teacher in the public or private school. I want to become a teacher, and I think this is very benefit with the Michael teach. I think this very benefit and very helped me a lot to using a teaching voice. Thank you.